talking about objects that have been seen by Navy or Air Force pilots or have been picked up by satellite imagery.
Welcome to Third Phase UFO Report. I'm Rich Giordano reporting. Well, it seems obvious that the mainstream media is playing games with us, and it's really, really obvious in this clip I just played for you. The other day I did a 2 to 3 minute clip, my opinion on what's going on here. We were going to play it on Third Phase of Moon with the other panelists, but it fell to the wayside. And I have that report still, so I'm going to play it for you. But before I do, I wanted to mention and show you that the mainstream media is blatantly lying to us, and it is so obvious that it's right here in the clip. And this is bad. They aren't using real footage. They are now using the government's footage that they want to show us. You know, the 3 videos, the gimbal to go fast, and that other one, and the one you just saw here, that's fake. But they also showed us one with the smoke or black stuff coming out the back of what looks like airplanes, but they're unknowns. And then they show us the fake stuff that is made on an app as legitimate UFO sightings. They even have a Twitter handle associated with the fake sighting. Now you would think, well, maybe they didn't know it was fake. No. They know it's fake. They've been playing these clips for a long time. Well, let me play my clip real quick so you can see what I thought when we first started talking about this last week when the Radcliffe interview was done. So check this out and then we'll talk again. Amazing what happened the other day on Fox. John Ratcliffe was talking about UFOs and what's going to happen at the end of the 180-day countdown to disclosure thing that everybody's waiting for. And in the upper portion of the screen, they're showing UFO sightings, that one infamous one where, you know, there's black smoke coming out of it. And then they go to this other UFO sighting, and it shows these lights that appear in a circular formation with a bigger one in the middle, and then they zip off in other directions. And it shows that that is from a Twitter user submitted that UFO sighting. It's not true at all. That's totally fake. That is an app that is CGI, where you can just add the UFO sighting of your choice in the background of your choice. And Fox is using it, and other agents, MSNBC, CNN, they're all using these type of apps to show that there's UFO sightings happening. But these aren't real. They're fake. How can they not know that that is not an app or CGI? Of course they know. My question is, why aren't they using real UFO sightings? It's like there's plenty of those out there. I mean, they can just come here to Third Phase of Moon and just have their choice, you know? It's unbelievable to me. It just goes to show you that they don't know what they're doing, the mainstream media. They don't know anything about UFOs. But the fact that they would use this CGI footage and put someone's name, like a Twitter user submitted it. I don't know if it was them who did it. You know, maybe they just added a fake name up there. I'm sure we can check it out. But it just goes to show you that they are not going to show us anything that's legit. Even though they did. They always use the one with the smoke trail, the black trail, whatever it is. And then they go ahead and use fake stuff after that. We've seen it a lot. We've seen it on Unidentified as well, the TV show. So here we go again with the media, the mainstream media, not doing the right thing, trying to pull the wool over our eyes. The one with the black trail, they have no choice. That one went out on CNN, I think, right away. So I don't think anybody can deny that that's a legitimate UFO sighting. But the other ones, you have to think, why would they do that? Why would they use an app, CGI, in their news broadcasts? Because they can't use real ones for whatever reason. I think the government's afraid. I think they're afraid of the public. They're afraid of what is being seen on Third Phase of Moon and other sites and other channels. I think they're afraid of the real stuff that's out there, and I want to know why. They can't say it's a threat, even though they do. They shouldn't, but we've got a major problem here, and it's the mainstream media. Well, we always knew. And that's the point. The point is they cannot show us legitimate UFO footage. If they did, they would get in trouble. And when I say legitimate UFO footage, I'm thinking they can't use legitimate UFO footage from the public. It's okay if the government feeds them the UFOs because they know what they're giving them isn't really a UFO. It's impossible to explain. It's impossible to see the details of the crafts. You've seen the 3 videos they gave us. There's so much controversy over those 3 videos. We're still talking about it 4 years later. So, that to me is more telling than anything else. To me, that means they know we have legitimate UFOs on file, on video, on Third Phase of Moon, on GUFON. Third Phase of Moon is bringing to you first. Third Phase UFO Report gets it second. GUFON gets it third, and the world gets it after that. The reality of it is, the public goes to Third Phase of Moon, and it gets dispersed out to the world. And right now, you have to look at this for what it is. The government is only giving you what they want to show you, not what they should show you. What they want to show you. And it's all BS. Capital B, capital S, exclamation point, end of discussion. And that's even more proof than anything if you really think about it. The fact that they're doing it this way tells us that they know more than what they're telling us. They know the public has the real UFOs, and I guess they don't feel like they don't need to show us because the public has it. Or maybe it's possible, hear me out on this, what if they really don't have any UFOs? What if they don't? What if everything was a lie from day one? Yeah, I know there's abductions, I know Roswell, and I know all these other things, the Phoenix Lights, Chicago O'Hare, but what if they don't have anything in their possession? What if they really don't? What if the Roswell case really wasn't UFOs, but it was some sort of maybe apparatus that carried some Russians over to spy on us back then? I don't know. I'm just throwing anything out there because after 70-something years and millennia of knowing that there's UFOs out there, how can they keep it a secret so well for so long? Now, there are whistleblowers, people who have come out and said all this stuff. We've seen documents. We've seen a lot of things that if you were to go to court, you could prosecute somebody on. But really, no detailed craft are out in the public view for us to see. Those 3 videos, they're not what I think that they're not UFOs. Yeah, they're unidentified, but there's no detail, guys. There's nothing there. Really, it's FLIR footage. Now, me personally, it doesn't matter what I think. What matters is what the government is doing. They're lying on TV, on news, about where footage came from. Why would they do that? It makes no sense. You know what makes sense? It makes sense if they don't have anything to show us, or it makes sense they don't want to show us. Because if they did, they'd have to show us everything else, and they can't do that. That's probably the real reason. So, they use an app, put somebody's name on it, whatever, or it was sent to them and they used it knowing it was an app, knowing it was fake UFO footage. It's nasty. That's just nasty. That's not what the news should be doing. I'd rather them show me nothing than show me fake footage. Anyway, enough of this. Let's get on to the next sighting. The next thing I'm going to show you now, I'm going to play 5 minutes. It's a 10-minute video, but I'm going to play 5 minutes, and then we're going to talk about it, and then I'm going to play the last 5 minutes of it, and then we're going to talk about it. This is one of the most incredible stories I've ever seen, ever heard. It is bizarre. You have to suspend your disbelief. So please, let's not make any assumptions. So I'm going to play this here, and then you can make your assumptions. Here we go.
We've got a special guest. We've got Craig Ibrahimi. He states that there's some kind of study going on in regards to meteorite rock that may have the smoking gun that we've been looking for, embryonic life form, extraterrestrial in nature. And what's amazing about it is that there's been some research done by the University of Victoria, BC. Craig's with us. He's the founder of Deviant Off-World Technology. And right now, you're looking at a photograph, embryo, life form, that is extraterrestrial in origin from a lunar meteor. There's going to be more tests being done to this, DNA tests, to find out exactly what this is. And we're going to get Craig on the phone. Is Craig, you with us?
Yes, I am. I'm here.
All right. Hey, Craig, thanks for joining us. So let's start off. What's up with this lunar meteorite rock? Where was it recovered from?
It was recovered from the ocean. I went out looking for something, and I dug that thing out of the bottom of the Souk Basin, 12 feet in the mud. And then right away after I found it, I first thought it was a big black diamond because there's volcanoes over there. And then once I pressure washed it and stuff, it turned out to be a meteorite because it was a black fusion crust. And then when I cut it, there was all these life forms kind of staring back at you when we cut it and polished the rock. So then right away we would show people, and then...
Are these fossilized life forms, or are these living?
Well, they're crystallized, because a fossil would be bone, so these are organic, and they're crystallized.
So have you had some studies on this rock to prove that it is from the lunar moon itself?
NASA has samples. European Space Station has samples. Chandrawik Ram Singh has had samples. He's had his house busted in, and his samples stolen from him. And we've had a lab shut down at NASA when they were extracting the organics back in June. So, yeah, we have scientists. I want to start throwing their names around, but pretty big.
Yeah, I know NASA takes it seriously about collecting meteorites from the lunar surface itself. How did you contact NASA in the first place?
Sorry to cut you off. So the oxygen isotopes of the rock, first of all, all the scientists thought it was part of Mars. But when we got the oxygen isotopes, it came back as D17 value. And there's 140. So D17 value is basically a lunar meteorite or an HED. Now it turns out that I have two. One's turned out to be a lunar, and the other one's from Fort Vesta. And the larger one that you're seeing the sample of is, they're saying, they're having an argument. Scientists are having an argument. Some scientist teams are saying it's from Fort Vesta. The other ones are saying it's from the lunar. But there's too many metals, rare earth elements that aren't from this, that they've never even seen before. They can only be made up in labs, and they're full of this rock. So they're trying to say that the moon doesn't have those type of metals on it, so they could be from farther off.
But nonetheless, it's extraterrestrial in origin. This rock, it's not from Earth.
Yes, it's the biggest treasure in the world. Number one.
So you have this rock. You have this rock in your possession?
I own it, and I'm being merging. There's some being Gwen Shotwell. I want to start throwing her name out. But yes, there's some people, say CEO of SpaceX, and some people have been in town and trying to merge together with my company to take this to the next level.
Well, it's a good thing, to get the word out. And
I didn't want to give it to anyone.
Oh, absolutely, so, I understand. This is could be.
There's more to it, though. There's more to it. When you look into the rock, have you ever heard the saying, when you look deep into the abyss is looking deep into you? Well, when you look into the rock, there's goddamn things, like humanoid-looking things, looking straight at you, and there's one thing that's about a quarter-inch tall, and it's not, say, like Predator, but it looks like a troll, and it's holding some type of technology. So then right away, I knew I was holding something that I'm not going to get rid of it. I'm just going to be like an entrepreneur and take it from the beginning all the way to the end.
Could it have possibly been some contamination via that it was subject to the ocean?
No, the rock is too dense. It couldn't even be cut. The diamond blades, the rock is too dense. You couldn't cut it. And then when the diamond blade would light on fire, so there's a mineral in it that Russia came up with, and it's called a eucalyptite. It's harder than diamonds. So we had to use 6 diamond blades just to cut a little bit of it. There's no skepticism. This is what it is. It's 100%. I've got 16 of them, of those, what you see in the picture of. I have 16 of those.
I told you this was interesting. This is from the archives from 2019. And when I saw this, I remembered when this went public from Third Phase of Moon. And to this day, I still think that it might be pareidolia, but according to the tests that were done, that D17 isotope, it has rare metals in it. It is from probably the moon, but because the metals are so unique, they think it may be from somewhere else further away. He says that NASA has samples. The lab was shut down for whatever reason when they came to investigate. This is really weird. He said when he saw this and opened it up, it was like life forms looking back at him. And when you look at this, what else does it look like? It looks like a little embryo of some sort of being, some sort of life form. Now, I don't know a lot about this life form that we're looking at. I don't know if this is some sort of fish or some sort of, I don't know, man, some sort of life form from Earth. But apparently, if this is from the moon and the isotopes are extraordinarily rare, then we are possibly looking at an alien life form trapped inside the rock. No contamination, because it was so hard that there's no way. They went through 6 diamond blades to get to it. Pretty amazing stuff. We got some more here for you.
I want to see all the evidence you got, Craig. I want to ask you this, though, quickly. Being that you think that it wasn't cross-contaminated, being that it was submerged in water for who knows how long it was underneath the water, how did the specimen itself or these specimens get embedded in the rock itself anyway? How is this possible?
The rock was originally probably part of a basalt, a lava rock on another planet that was in a lake of some sort, and it was hollowed out, and there was these insectoids or something in the hollowed out parts, and then when another meteorite hit that planet, it blew off, and there's different gravity wells on different planets, and everything crystallized in the rock. The rock, when you heat it up, it melts. It's got water inside it that's crystallized. So if you heat when a meteorite comes into the Earth, only 5 millimeters of the crust heats up and melts. All the inside is still perfect. But the actual rock itself, it's got crystallized water inside it. But anyways, with all the science going on...
Yeah, what's up with the science? What kind of studies are going to be done on this?
The science is going on right now. It's just teams putting on we've already proved the organics. I had to do it all because at first I had to learn what steps to do. And then I had scientists jump on board. This guy's going the right way. He's already proved it. So what happened is that we've already proven you need the CH carbon when you're using Raman spectroscopy, and that's what's on the rovers. It's a non-destructive technique. And we shot the laser into it, and it came back exactly as organic turned into diamond. So every one of the little embryo-like life forms, if you zoom into the eye, it's a V. And the V has been documented in ancient texts from around the world, from China, Japan, Egypt, and Iran. The rock puts off a power, and it puts off some type of power. The nuclear physicist of Canada, he got on board. We did this experiment, and we measured the rock at 25 degrees in the room. The rock in one section is 14 degrees. You go down to the other section of the rock, it's 6 degrees, and it pulses to 12. When you put the measuring tool on certain type of elements, on certain type of material of the rock. The rock is like, yeah, it has some type of magnetic power. Whoever is around the thing, it's very unique.
It puts off a strange,
like
an energy
uh,
coming off of this.
You can feel it when you go near it, and it's good. It's full of uranium. You know, it's full of uranium, and it's full of elements that aren't even on this planet. And the conducting tools that they've been using, it's just there's too much to talk. Like, I would have to show you the certain tools that they've been using.
You said that the scientists were possibly going to do some study on this embryonic possible life form, and you're going to do it in a way that was not destructive.
We were going to take. Well, right now it's priceless. So we have like multi-billionaires involved that are trying to put together the next step. They want to purchase to figure out what they want to do. Okay. For myself, I already know what it is, and I'm the owner, and I never wanted to give it and hand it over to the government of Canada. So, because I found out the right that I'm allowed to have it. In every other province, I would have to hand it over in Canada. So I own it, started a company, so got a lawyer and said that I own the rock, and I own the technology that's in it. So I'm just trying to take it one step at a time. And all the paperwork's coming together, and we were just going to sell the one embryo for scientific.
How much is it, Craig? What's the going rate on this? Have you decided the number on this? Any offers on the table?
Not all about money, man. I know it's not all about money, but it's not all about.
Well, if you find something that's
so, I found the one rock, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I went back to find another one, and sure enough, I found another one, and I'm going to send you a picture. You cut the rock in half; it looks like a frickin' dragon's in the center of it. They're like, "Why has this guy got two of them? This is weird." So then they found out that. I don't know about my rare blood or something, but found out that I got another one, and that one's 100% HED. And when we cut it in the center, there's these two grains in the center of the rock, and it's a swirled up insectoid. And I'll send you the picture of it. So that one I'm going to sell to the government of Canada, and the scientists can work on that forever. And then this bigger one, this 27, it's insured, it's priceless. So like, I don't know what to do with it except be a scientist and work on the next step of it. But obviously I'm going to sell shares so I could do it, because obviously I'm just a guy that grew, not financially strapped to. Obviously, what would you do? There's the question. What would you do?
Well, that is a good question. And
what would you do? Because last time I talked to someone on the phone,
yep.
I talked way too much. And I want to tell you, as soon as when we saw these little organisms in the rock, I felt like I should be like, maybe you should eat it. And my wife ate one, and I had one, and we had two boys.
You ate some of the moon rock?
Yeah, we both did. And we had two boys since then. And you have so much. I've already ran 35K today, okay? And I do this every day.
35K you ran? So you're saying this thing gives you energy?
Every day. You got so much frickin' energy. I couldn't explain it. So as soon as I ate it, I woke up one day, I lost all my hair. All my hair fell out. And then I started getting this really weird power. And then just cardio every day, just that. And I've just been working on this project for 2 years. And yes, it's a multi-billion-dollar. Bill Gates is on there. I have 6 connections in the world. They're all the top people: Rockefeller, Tillman Fertitta, Dan Pena, Bill Gates, Elon Musk. So what do you think I'm doing? I've got $1 billion of technology. I'm going to help solve. Well, they're saying that it could be the missing link to help human longevity, to live forever. Who knows, right? So this is all the sort of stuff that we're doing.
Okay. I'm going to work backwards a little bit from the last things we just heard. He ate the rock. His wife ate the rock. They ate some of this rock, and when he woke up the next day, all of his hair fell out, and he has boundless energy. Let me tell you something. Running a 35K, that's something people train for a very long time to work up to. That is crazy if he really did that. Also, if I woke up after eating this rock and all my hair fell out, I'd go to the doctor and I would tell them I ate part of a moon rock. So now what do you say to this? The guy ate. Why would anybody want to eat a rock? Why would anybody want to eat a moon rock? Why would anybody want to eat a moon rock with crystallized alien embryos in it? I'm telling you, I don't know what's wrong with this guy, but this is unbelievable. I've never heard anything like it. I don't know what to think. All I know is I see something that looks like some sort of embryo. You can see an eye. You can see what looks like a shape of a head, a snout, even like a mouth opening. You see the chest area. I mean, it might not even be an embryo. It might be the full size of the creature. Well, it's been a couple of years, a year and a half, no, just over a year and a quarter. The guy's been working on it for 3 years plus. I want an update on this. We need to find out what this guy's doing. So maybe we can find out if there's any update to this. He says it is priceless. Can't put a price on it. Yeah, there's a lot of questions with this. Like I said when we first started talking about this, you have to suspend your disbelief. This is one of a kind story. Never heard of anybody eating. I've heard of people eating rocks, but not having energy and boundless energy and feeling amazing. And he may think he may have the ingredients for living a long time. Yeah, I can't even speak. I don't even know what to say to this, but he seemed to have done the tests. He's been working on it for 2 years. What do you guys think? I definitely want to know what you think. Can you please put your comments, your thoughts down in the comment section? My goodness. Well, that's it for tonight. This has been one heck of an episode, I tell you. Every time I do something on this platform for Third Phase of Moon and Third Phase UFO Report, I'm left baffled. It's something. This is crazy. This is why we are doing this on Third Phase UFO Report, because this stuff is still unexplained. And if you have anything, go ahead and send it to us. Send it to Third Phase of Moon at cousinsbrothersproductions@gmail.com. You can even email me at gufonradio@gmail.com. You can find my show on GUFON every day except for Sunday on YouTube, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific. And I'm Rich Giordano for Third Phase UFO Report. If you ain't looking up, you ain't looking out. Good night, everybody.